Track wrestling here in Fort Lauderdale, South Beach duels after day one with Cornell coach Rob Koll. 3-0 on the day. Your assessment of the Big Red today, what did you like?
Oh, we did get better every match, and that's the most important thing. We got the kind of team that we can lose just about anybody. Tomorrow will be a lot tougher with Minnesota and Missouri, but hey, I'll take the 3-0 right now because we came in here with a perfect record. Unfortunately, it was 0-2, so we'll take it.
Took a lot of firepower out of your lineup with the Olympic red shirts.
Yeah.
What has this first half of the season been like from that standpoint, not having those guys around and opportunities for other guys?
Well, you take 4 guys out of the lineup, but you take 4 guys out of the room as well, and I think that affected us as much as far as putting on the mat. You don't have them every day. They're gone. You don't. Andy Berriesa. People don't mention Andy Berriesa. He's really physical. He's a Greco guy. He's a hand fighter, and you don't have that look anymore in the room. So, and then of course, obviously everybody knows about Dean and Vito and Yanni. But it definitely changes the complexion of the room, and I think it changes a little bit. I think it's taken us a little bit longer to get to where we want to be. But we got young kids out here, and it's been fun. They're great kids. It just they're not as necessarily as athletic or as talented as some of the kids that we're not having on the mat. So it is what it is.
How often are those other 4 around? What's their training look like?
They're competing. It's not that they're not around. We want them to wrestle freestyle. We don't wrestle freestyle in our room every day, obviously. So they have their own special practices, and they won't always be in the room with us. There are days where we have in the room, but there's quite often they're gone. Their Vito will be overseas or Yanni be overseas, and it's you're gone for weeks at a time. But at the end of the day, 2 years from now, we're going to be very happy that we did this.
What was maybe the tipping point in getting Darmstadt back to 97?
He didn't wrestle well at 84. Yeah. That was really he wasn't that the weight wasn't a problem. He just he just wasn't eating, stressed out all the time, and he made the weight easily, but he had no muscle when he made the weight. So at Vegas, I just sat him down and said, "You're going up." And then we had Lowe as a natural 84-pounder. You're going down. There was no discussion. It was just you bet. Both were happy to do it, and Matt and Ben looks just so much better. And then John just beat a real good kid from Wyoming. So we're really pleased.
We got a match about ready to start here, so we better take a step back. But
it's one of mine too.
Well, if you got to go, I can cut you loose here.
That's all right. I got coaches. I got a lot of coaches.
Chaz Tucker.
Yeah.
This season, and today beats a good guy in Bridges. Not the first time he's beaten him this year, but off to a pretty good start to his season. What do you like about what you've seen from him?
Well, he's always had the ability, and it's frustrating sometimes he doesn't open up, and it's still, even today, it was frustrating because he's beating good guys barely, and it's not acceptable. Bridges has always beaten him up until Vegas. He's never beaten him up until Vegas, and so I thought he controlled the tempo of that last match, which was fine, which was nice. But the kid's a great kid. He's a computer science major. He's a brilliant kid. He's busts his butt, but he's busting his butt in the classroom before practice and after practice too. So he's really special, and we're going to miss him next year.
How do you, you touched upon this, what you lack with those guys not in your room all the time, but how do you get your guys to not buy into the maybe notion that, Cornell is punting this year, for lack of a better term?
I don't really talk about punting. We just talk about individually winning, and I don't think anybody, just because a team might not be as successful individually, that doesn't affect how you wrestle. So wrestling's a different sport. I don't think we worry. If it were football or basketball, where literally you're not winning games, well, obviously you're not winning games, but individually they can win.
Yeah.
Chaz Tucker's doesn't Yanni not being on the team and us winning the duel meet doesn't affect Chaz Tucker being undefeated and hopefully winning a national championship. So in wrestling, it's a little easier to handle that type of emotion.